And we are here. You are live.
Hey, girlfriend. Hey.
Hey. How is everybody? Welcome back to Let's Talk Her Wellness. You are live with Coach and Wellness, Lynette Thomas, your girl, your wellness host, and all of that good stuff. And then you have my co host, Lady J. Lady J, how are you doing on this beautiful day? Girl, you look
Thank
fantabulous.
you, honey. I
Okay.
am minding my own black business today, honey. I'm
I
minding my own
see.
black business.
I
So
am
I
loving
am
it.
I am doing fantastic on this terrific Tuesday.
I love it. I love it. I love it. We are back, guys. You guys are in for an amazing treat tonight. I just cannot wait. We don't listen. We don't leave no conversation on the table, honey. We talk about it all over here on Let's Talk Her Wellness. You hear me? But
Okay.
listen. Thank you for tuning into the show. We got a wonderful, wonderful show here tonight with our special guest, Dr. Troy Hawk. Let me tell you, we grew up together, my brother's best friend. He is a phenomenal, phenomenal guy, phenomenal business owner, a
Woo-hoo.
phenomenal professor. You hear me? And let me tell you something. I am so happy that he is going to be showing up with us. And I am so excited to have him. But before we let him in, we're going to talk about what we always start the show with what is in our cup. We love to drop tea, and we also like to share our wellness drink. As wellness nutritionists, herbalists, we always like to share a wonderful wellness tip with you for the day. And so I am drinking out of my Jesus Fills My Cup, Psalms 23 and 5, because he truly does, Jadine, fill our cup. And what's in my cup and what I've been drinking a lot of, and I recommend that you do the same. I love my coconut water. Okay.
Oh, yes, one of my
Coconut water
favorites.
has so many benefits. It's a good hydration, it's good for the digestive system, and it is incredible for your skin. And so, listen, if you are outside, it's good for heart health. It has its antioxidants and so many other amazing benefits. So, listen, this summer, go if you're going outside, you're going to be going on vacation, you're going to be in all of this hot heat. Make sure you are staying hydrated, you're drinking your coconut water. It is very amazing for electrolytes. So I know that we drink our water, but we need a little bit of something else going on with this sun. So I am drinking out of my Jesus Fill My Cup and my coconut water. So my lady girl, Lady J, what you drinking,
Yes,
girl?
ma'am. So first of all, I'm drinking a little bit of joy today because I'm super excited as I prepare to share my drink. I'm drinking out of my plant lady cup, and the plant that I'm highlighting in this cup would be none other than my favorite beets. Now, I know some of you are like, ooh, beet juice, yuck. Okay, but guess what? Beet juice is going to help lower your blood pressure. I'm going to say cheers to that. Beet juice is going to lower the bad cholesterol. I'm going to say cheers to that. It's going to improve. Now, I'm not mad at that, ladies. It improves your stamina. Some of y'all might need to be putting some of that beet juice in your husband's in some of his drinks, but I'm minding my own black business today as a single person. Beet juice improves your muscle strength, as well as heart health. So there's always reasons to drink beet juice. So that is what's in my cup. Sister girl, before we go, can I give two shout outs to two Black superstars that are doing their thing?
Come on, talk about it.
Okay. So one is our own from T Town, a thing that's out there in the Olympic trials. Now, I
Yes.
heard today that she ran the 800, or it could have been yesterday, didn't do what she was hoping for. But
Mm-hmm.
Lynette, we got to give a shout out to our own Trenton finest out there in them streets competing in the Olympics. I don't know about you. One of my favorite to watch is the track and field because I
Yeah.
love, first of all, them sisters be dressed in gear, and they fast and showing up. So
Come
shout
on.
out to sister, uh, one other, none on than our first lady, who will always be my first lady, Michelle Obama,
Oh,
made
yes.
BBC, the
Oh,
BBC top 100 list for the efforts that she's doing in helping to reduce, um, like childhood marriages and
yes.
exploitation of our young girls. So just want to shout them two Black superstars out for what they're doing and how they're repping us Black women. And we
That
know
is
this is for
incredible.
everybody. Let's talk of
Yes.
wellness, but I just felt
Yes.
compelled to shout them out if I could.
Oh, listen, thank you for that. That's what this show is all about. That's what it's all about. So, thank you for that. Listen, we are getting ready to introduce our special guest, Dr. Troy Hawk. So, I want you, as we do on this show, we always say, number one, go get your girlfriends in them, and then get your Let's Talk Her Wellness book, because listen, you do not want to let all this tea go by and you don't have, let's say, your notes. So you need that pen, you need that piece of paper, and you need to go head on over there and get your girlfriends and them. Come on back, go get your tea, go get your juice, whatever it is you're drinking, and enjoy the rest of this show. And so I am not even going to hold it in, because I see our show, our let's say our Troy Hawk is
Yes, the doctor is
backstage.
in the
The doctor
house.
is in the house, and we are excited about this amazing topic that we are going to be talking about today. And what does the tech world have to do with wellness? Well, let me tell you something, guys. The tech world has a lot to do with it has a lot to do with wellness, and we are just excited that who can bring it? Who can bring it? No other than Dr. Troy Hawk. So we are going to bring him up. First of all, I want to read his bio. Okay.
Yes,
So Dr. Troy Hawk is a visionary leader serving as the chairman and CEO of Infotech Education Corporation, with a rich background as a computer scientist and researcher. Dr. Hawk also imparts his extensive knowledge as an IT cybersecurity professor at Keiser University in Florida. Did I say Keiser University in Florida? Yes, I did. Dr. Hawk's academic journey includes a BS in applied mathematics from Jefferson University in Philadelphia, a Master of Science in Mathematics Ed from Nova Southeastern. And listen, guys, the list goes on. Did you hear me say the list goes on? So we're going to have him, we're going to pop him in right now. He is alive. How are you doing,
Hello,
Dr.
hello, hello.
Troy?
Good, good. How
Woo!
are you?
We are so glad to have you in the house on tonight. Listen, it was
Well, it's
so
good to be
funny.
here.
So funny. I was on the phone today and I was taking care of a bill, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. I told y'all I can sell whatever it is. I can a rubber blade on the stick, whatever it is. And so I was on the phone and I was talking. I was taking care of a bill, and I happened to be talking to about my phone. And I was talking to the young lady, and I was telling her we would start talking about one thing after another, Jay. And I said to her, I mentioned the Let's Talk Her Wellness show. And I said, tonight we're going to be talking about, technology and cybersecurity. The lady forgot all about what we were talking about. And she was like, oh my God, she's going to college right now as computer technology. So hopefully she is on this live. So, and I promised her that I will shout out her name. So Rachel, if you are in the house,
Here,
send
Rachel.
up some hearts in the house, because I told her that that I would do that. She's excited and she's on this live. Rachel, she says, I am here.
Oh, wow.
Welcome,
Hi,
welcome,
Rachel.
Welcome,
welcome.
Rachel. She is here. And Dr. Troy, she's excited because she's excited about this program that you're offering. And she
Right.
said, this is right up my alley. This is what I needed. And so she got me wanting to just change my career. Rachel got me wanting to change my career. I said, wait a minute, I think I might have to go into this. So, Dr. Troy, introduce yourself to the people. I've already told them so much about you and your
Yeah.
background, but listen, nobody can do it like you can.
Well, you've done a great job. Great job
Yes, thank
introducing
you.
me, and a great job in this show here. So,
Yes.
I am Dr. Troy Hawk, and I think I have an echo. So let me. I have two computers on, so maybe that's the problem. Is the echo still there?
No, I hear you
Okay.
good.
All right.
Hmm.
It's not
Well,
coming. It's going to sound like an echo to you if you have a mic.
yeah, cut the sound off of the other
You
computer.
sound amazing. You sound amazing.
But anyway, again, I'm Dr. Troy Hawk. I am a cybersecurity professor, and I also run Infotech Education Corporation. And basically, what Infotech Tech does is outreach and education of computer science and various areas of computer science. Right now, we're hard on pushing cybersecurity to underrepresented youth because AI with the advance in AI, that's created some opportunities that are just outstanding, and it's time for more underrepresented people to join in cybersecurity and computer science in general. So hopefully, this will reach someone tonight and get them to get involved in at least some of the tech courses that I have for certification of IT support, cybersecurity, and those will get them Google professional certificates. And there's other tech courses as well. But right now, these are the hot things out here, and hopefully, we get some people involved and start to change their life and their future with the
Mhm.
income potential of these fields. You know, so. Um, I'm ready to answer some questions and get ready to talk about how
Dive
this
in.
process works and
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I'm being my greedy ears heard money, income potential.
Right.
So, talk to us around what does it look like when I start off, and then take us to the advancement.
Okay. Well, it's typical for someone if they have a portfolio of things that they can prove that they worked through to start at 100,000. Uh, so um, someone that's new to tech and new to IT may not start there, but it'll be high compared to what you would start at in other positions. So the thing is that people when we're studying in these programs, they want to make sure that they're learning, because once they go to those interviews, they're going to ask some questions, and those questions are what's going to determine whether you start in entry level or something a little higher, and that's what's going to determine the starting income also. But the income potential, someone doesn't have to stay in the entry position. They can continue to study and work towards uh, the next level, because there's always a new level that someone can move to pretty quickly if they want to, and if they have the the capacity to learn the things that they need to learn for it.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, I know some people that have started entry level, but once they look for another job, they look for something higher, and that can be just within 6 months or 1 year that you can move on to other and higher pay. So it's just a matter of getting in first, then learning some while you're there, and then seeing where you can go next, because there's opportunities where companies are looking for people. And the as far as the potential in cybersecurity, I know people who's making over 300,000, and so but they're very very good at what they do, and people
Sure.
can get there. People can get there because that's that it's needed. It's just needed. Mhm.
Well, what made you get into this? Like,
Well, I got into to tech really young, so I was lucky that I was able to get in around 14 or 15, somewhere around there, to start learning.
so this
And
you go way back.
yes, yes,
So from just hearing that, going way back there, so we know there's one thing in doing something, but there's another thing, and it hits a whole nother level, and it hits totally different when you have a passion for something. So
right,
just hearing you say from age 14, that lets me know that you have a passion for this industry, and for you to have gone as far as you have. I just want to even just take this moment to say thank you, for not only did you go through the steps and the many different master's degrees and doctorate's degrees that you have, but you came back
right,
to, what they say, each one teach one. You came back, and you came back to your community to
right.
get your brothers and your sisters, because a lot of people make it, but they don't never look back.
That's true. That's
They
true.
don't never give back. And I
Yep.
think that whatever profession you're in, it's just so important to be able to come back, look back, and give back. And I love that about you.
That's true. That's true. Well, I started Infotech maybe like 15 years ago, and it was founded on the premise of getting more minorities into to tech. So the same idea, and uh, it's because over over my time in tech, from the early years on, a lot of times I've been by myself. It's
Mm-hmm.
pretty much
Mm-hmm.
that way.
Mm-hmm.
And um, even finding people to do business ventures and things like that, uh, it was tough because, I was, if I'm looking for other underrepresented people, they weren't in tech and wasn't around me. So, uh, this is a different time now because the demographic dynamics are changing, and um, the government and companies themselves are now promoting, computer science to underrepresented, or at least they're looking to do it. So they don't necessarily know how, but they get people like me to get out and be in the front. So
Mm-hmm.
um, so I'm representing the United States. I'm
Yes,
representing Google. I'm representing Microsoft and
that is amazing.
IBM.
And I don't
So,
think that you're going to be, I think just as a business professional, I think sometimes when you have a passion for something, sometimes yes, you can feel sometimes alone, in your field, but I
right.
just got a very good feeling that you ain't going to be alone too much
Well, that would be great.
because
That would be
as
great.
soon as people, once they get past all of the, what's the word I want to use? I think after they get past
Hmm.
all of the hangups and they really come to know how important this this industry is, because
Right.
sometimes, like I always say, you don't know what you need until you need it.
Right. Right.
And so, I know as a business owner, trying to get past, I can do a lot of things. And when
Hmm.
you're hands on, sometimes it's like now I'm getting stuck at this technical. That's my, if anybody asks me what's my greatest challenge as a therapist, a herbalist, a nutritionist, and all of that,
Hmm.
my biggest challenge is the technical part of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm just like, man, if I can learn this technology, man, I think I'll be, the game is on.
Right.
But you
Right.
shared something earlier when we were talking to you. Nana said, I am proud of you, Dr. Hawk.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
This is my
Thank you.
CEO right here. She says, I am so proud of you. She's from Ghana. Welcome, Nana, from all the way from Ghana. We appreciate you being on. And
Hey.
I was just saying, you said something when we asked you who is dominating this space right now. And I was so taken back when you said nurses, the nurses. So
Right.
talk to us about the
Right.
wellness
Right.
industry and how the
Well.
wellness industry is coming in on this now.
Hmm. I've been seeing some good changes as far as women getting involved in tech, and in particular cybersecurity. There's been a lot of underrepresented Black women that is joining cybersecurity. They're studying and um, switching over, and it's been amazing because throughout all of my years, it's been very difficult to get women involved in tech, and to see this now, this big change now, where you have nurses that are now, deciding to take on uh, the challenge of cybersecurity and study for that and switch over, and not just nurses, but there's just uh, a large population of women that are now getting involved that I hadn't seen before in my years in tech. And I had always been trying to get more women involved in it, but now there's it's a really positive change, and um, they're seeing that they can make a difference in cybersecurity and IT, and it's just uh, from what I know with a lot of my students themselves, the majority are now women. So that's
Yes.
a big change that I have seen in these past 2 years or so.
Wow. Dr. Troy, we have a question for you from Deidre. Deidre is asking, how does someone get started in the tech field that holds a BS degree unrelated to the tech field?
Okay. Um, if you're looking to get started in tech, right now I do have the IT certifications, and just to talk about those a little bit. These are all scholarship, supported by not only the United States government, but Google and Microsoft, and I'm partnered with a lot of different companies. So those who want to get started, you don't have to pay any investment into to doing it. Uh, you can get started to today or tomorrow if you want, just by going to my website at infotechorlando.com and clicking on the tech certifications, and look at, read through all of the different certifications and see which one you like. But I would think getting started, for someone who hasn't had a background in tech, it would be, starting out with the IT or information technology support. And that's a good start, because if you can do the information technology support, the IT support, then you can then move on to cybersecurity, because cybersecurity really depends on the things that you learn about the IT support. So getting started today is easy. It's easy because there is a whole lot of situations in the United States that uh, that pushes the government and these companies to make changes and allow uh, people to learn right now, because um, it'll be another day that I can talk about all of the different reasons why, but uh, it's it's a pertinent thing for the government and for these companies to get people trained, and line have a pipeline of people ready. There's going to be not only a lot of retirements that are going to be happening from baby boomers, that generation, and with that coming up, it's going to leave, that's not the only reason, but the tech world is going to be kind of devastated. And we can't have that right now, and especially while, China is trying to become number one. So um, it's easy to get started. You can either contact me or go to the website.
So we're
So
going to put that information, we're going to put that information in the links. So if you see me looking down and all of that, we are adding
Mhm.
these links so that you guys can reach out to Dr. Troy, and to you can also press on that link, because Dr. Troy, what you're saying is right now, today, you guys can take advantage of this 100%. Let me say it again, 100% funded by Google that Dr. Troy is holding in his hand. So if you're looking to take IT tech, if you're looking to take cybersecurity, you can. We're going to put the links in the chat, and you can, let's say, hit those links, and you can sign up today
Right.
today and get started. So, Dr. Troy, just tell them what all they need to do and what they can expect. And will they have support walking through it? Will they have a community if they need questions asked and all that good stuff?
Okay. Um, yeah, if they connect to my Facebook page and my other pages that I have out on social media, uh, that's where the larger community is, and you have my support there. And not only that, um, I often try to do uh, kind of like seminars and such to get people involved in, you know, learning more about different areas of tech or computer science. So there's a lot of things that I do to support the overall situation of the tech IT support and cybersecurity and so on. And that's one of the reasons why um, Google and all of these other companies that I am working with chose me, because I can support everyone in all of these different areas of tech. And uh, as far as the process, it's just a matter of going to my website, reading about, which one you're interested in first, and then, once you're ready to make a decision, click on that register button, and there's a $15 registration fee. Once they uh, go through the registration process, there's some questions that you're going to have to answer to make sure that you're serious about getting involved in whatever program that you're trying to take, um, whether it be the IT or the cybersecurity or data science or what have you. There's some questions, and as long as you are, they are ready and able to move through, then you get signed up
Mhm.
and get started. And each one of the programs have about 8 courses in them.
Great.
So
Mhm.
it'll take those 8 courses to get the professional certification for whatever it is that they're going for. But you don't stop there. There's always more learning, because tech
Mhm.
is so
Mhm.
vast that
Mhm. Mhm.
uh, once you get in and get started, you want to make sure that you're learning that content, and then when you're ready to start looking for jobs, whether it be the entry level or something higher,
Mm-hmm.
um, at
Mm-hmm.
least you'll have, the knowledge behind you at that point. The courses take generally about 6 months. Some people finish before that time because, if they're hustling every day on their assignments, and um, they are able to move through faster than the time that it would normally take someone at the suggested time. So if you move faster than the suggested time, you could finish in 2 months or 3 months, or so for a professional certification. And
Well, I think this is perfect because I see the Deidre says she is, I am interested. Listen, guys, take
great, great.
advantage of these courses. As a business professional myself, I wish that somebody was giving me 100% scholarship, because I'm telling you, I'll be running some folks over trying to get in these doors. Listen, because I do believe, Dr. Troy, like you said, that this take advantage now, because I think in a minute, like you said, as especially women, ladies, we take over. When we show up,
Yeah,
we show
yeah,
out. And when we
yeah.
scratch our head and we get it, we got that
Mhm.
look like, oh my, oh, you know what? Something just clicked. We're
Yeah,
going to flood the industry. And
yeah.
so I do believe that a day and
Jeanette, can I
time,
give you a statistic on that?
yes,
Based
yes,
on the statistics, out of the like 141,000 women, actually, people that are in the industry, 56% of them are women of color. So there
look at
is
that.
a large amount of Black women, as
Yes.
well as just women in general, that are
Mhm.
trying to bridge that gap. My question to you is, what's the barrier? Why do you think, what's getting in the way for interest, whether it gender,
Mhm.
male or female? What's that barrier for you?
Well, it has been tough. I've been trying to recruit people, since my beginning, and the success rate is has been low, uh, because people see, at least in the past, especially, people saw computer science as, not only very tough, but they saw it uh, as, um, I guess you can say, for,
Something that geeks do.
yeah, yep, definitely.
They say you're
So,
geeky. You're geeky.
right, right.
That
And
part.
I've had some women tell me in the past that it's filled with white men, and if there were more people of color in it, they would want to join. Uh, so
Now I want you to hold that, say what you just said, because what you just said was powerful.
mhm,
If they
mhm.
seen more African Americans in it, they
Right,
would join.
right, right.
And I and do and would you go even further to say that maybe a lot of African Americans don't really understand really what this is? Because I think if
Yeah,
they did, I believe that this would be flooded.
right, right. And that's true because in general, we haven't had the outreach in schools that minorities attend. There's like I was telling you before. When I started, um, I was lucky that the gentleman that I started with, my mentor, he was an African American, and uh, you know that first of all that attracted me because I had never seen a computer scientist that was African American at that time,
Mm.
and um, with not only that, he was in charge of his department. This was at Dow Jones there
Oh, wow. So he had
in Georgia.
leadership.
Yeah,
Mm.
he was in charge of his department, and it was just amazing because I had never seen that, and that just attracted me to stick with his courses and things that he was offering on the weekends. It was an outreach. He was doing outreach just like I'm doing outreach right now. Uh, and my originally my sister that worked at Dow Jones at the time said, uh, this guy is at my job. He keeps telling me about his computer program, his computer courses on the weekend, because he was trying to reach out and get more people involved.
Mhm.
Especially the people of color. He wanted to get more people involved.
Mhm.
And I told her, hey, if you, she was my older sister. I said,
Mhm.
if you're scared to go, I'll go with you, and I'll
That's what sisters do, especially big sisters.
And look, and not knowing that you were about to meet destiny.
right,
It was going
right,
to change your life forever.
right.
Rachel says, I also think there is a stigma that women are not as capable or knowledgeable.
Well, I believe that was one of the reasons that women, were not going into the position. Uh, I've heard, some stories about, intimidation, and generally this had been a white male uh, field, tech in
Right.
general,
Dominated,
because
right?
it's very high paying, and if you want to keep other people down. Don't let them get to the high paying, jobs.
Mm.
And so, uh, tech, you think about it today, the almost all of the billionaires that we know today are tech billionaires.
Right.
Bill
Mhm.
Gates, Microsoft,
Yeah.
Elon Musk,
Mhm.
with his Tesla and Starlink and all of the different things that Elon Musk is doing.
So
Um,
how did you
they,
shatter that glass ceiling? How did you,
well,
I hear the passion, but tell us a little bit about your own personal journey of shattering the glass ceiling.
well, you know, I worked as an entrepreneur and consultant a lot. So, uh, I had a lot of, just like Elon Musk has a lot of things going on. I built a lot of things and, sold products on websites, and, I would build another website or build a game or build, just keep building every time something, uh, every time things change, you build something else, just like they build new cars every year, you know. And tech, the way that I survived it, I wasn't depending on going to a job. I had all of my own stuff going on. I was building all of my own products. I sold, I sold, websites. I sold, uh, people would come and say, "Can we buy this business from you?" Of course, I didn't get the kind of money that I deserved, uh, but at that time, that's just how things were. I would I should have been in more like the same position as as Mark Cuban or uh, Elon Musk, but
Sure.
you know, sometimes, at least during my times coming through, uh, as a black man, they wasn't going to offer the same kind of money for your product as they were for Elon Musk or you know the Facebook
Now
CEO.
you've raised something really big about the disparity in the gap of pay. So
Mhm.
not only does it show up in people of color and non-people of color, it shows up gender. And I was doing some statistic in preparing for our conversation and seeing that there's still a lot of growth to bring that parity up for women to
Right,
have the same equal pay in being in the tech world. And then
right.
as I think about it, if myself, I know before we would always hear like, okay, I have a double odds against me being a black woman, being black and a black woman,
Hmm.
and we're talking about shattering, those ceilings. There's still a lot of work to be done to
Right,
to bridging
right.
some of those gaps. But as I
And
listen to you, I hear in the back of it a big why. Share with us what's your why of why what motivates you, what is it behind you, Dr. Hawk?
well, this is just something that always kept my interest, coding and, programming to build something. And, uh, you know, people used to call it magic, when you see something that you can create and it
Wow.
actually works.
Hmm.
Uh, you'd be like, it's magic.
Wow.
So that has kept my interest. I've always had an interest in mathematics, and so mathematics. The stronger you are at mathematics, the more you can do.
Mm-hmm.
So I even offer tutorials in math to help people become stronger and better with it. But for me, it's it's just like um, I when I was young, I used to say if I could have a job just doing math all day,
Oh my God.
doing equations and so on all day, that would
Brilliant
be the
mind.
life for me. And
Listen,
that's what I've been doing most of my time.
listen, I'm gonna make it fun right here
Mhm.
because I think her name is Ramatu.
Yes.
Let me tell you
My
something.
my assistant in lives
Your
in.
assistant, I need her to come on. We need to share her because she is working this social media page over
Hmm.
here. I so appreciate her. I just want to put a
Yeah.
shout out to her amazing job, sister, because she is doing it. Listen,
Yes.
guys, if you have any questions, don't be shy because this is the place. I cannot break it down like him. And so people have been calling me. They have been asking me. Let me tell you something, Dr. Troy Hawk. My husband, Michael Thomas, has been working for you for the last couple of days.
Oh
He
wow.
has been telling everybody my husband is newly retired now.
Oh wow.
And
Wow.
so for the last couple of days, he has been working for you. He has been on the phone. He has
Well,
been
that's
telling
great.
people they
Really
have been
appreciate that.
interested. He's been telling them, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's sign up. My husband was a manager for 24 years with the state of New Jersey. And he's the one, if he can whip them up and get everybody on the bus and signing up, he's the man. right there. So I want to thank my husband because
Yeah, thank
he's
them for me
working in the
too.
background. He's on this live, so you actually
Marketing
talking to
Mike.
him too.
Thank you,
He's
Michael.
marketing
Yeah,
it, and
thank you,
he
Michael.
listen. They got this page over here hot. So I hope that you guys are, as we are talking, I hope you guys are hitting the link because Ramuda is working it. She has put that she's put the links up for you guys to hit that and go sign up today before they take it down. I'm telling you guys, I wish that somebody was giving me some classes, me and my partner over here, and so we could sign up and take these classes because I'm telling you, we stay in class. And so when you have these
And then I can
programs,
use the extra $100,000 stream of income
that part, okay, so and paid for, girl, we'll be running each other over.
with
So
no student loan debt. Sign me
no,
up.
so sign
Right.
me up. So, take advantage of these grants, while they are around,
Mhm.
because I think that as more people become aware, again, those complimentary doors will close.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, because they
Eventually.
now you're going to pay that money.
Hmm.
So sign up today. And I want to say this, Troy.
Hmm.
Um, I want to talk about the churches,
Hmm.
and I want to particularly talk about mine. And I love my change church. Dr. Darius Daniels is one of the most prolific and greatest pastors on the planet right now. And
Wow.
we have four different locations. We have a location in Ewing, New Jersey. We have a location in West Hampton, New Jersey. And we have a location, of course, online is lit with hundreds and thousands of followers. And we have a campus in Georgia there. And so, and we're opening up another one. And so, one of the things, and the reason why I brought this up is because we're taking your name now everywhere. Because I believe that, we are very, very, this is what Let's Talk Her Wellness is all about. We are about connecting businesses together, because one of the things
That's
that
all you need.
Pastor Dr. Darius Daniels talk about, no matter how amazing you are in your industry, you need a community.
Right.
You need a
Exactly.
community, and not any kind of a community. You need the right community. And one of our mentors is Dr. Myron Golden. One of the another, you can look that name up. One of the most amazing, brilliant coaches. And
Absolutely.
so we've been in these coaching sessions, guys. We've been eating up, this information, because we want to help empower and inspire other entrepreneurs. We
Hmm.
are not doing business as usual. Since COVID, none of us as entrepreneurs, I've been in business over 27 years now. I am not doing business as usual. I am on this social media where my presence wasn't on the social media, and so I'm all over social media now. I have to be all in because
Yeah.
there's no such thing now as business cards, all of that media. People are on the World Wide Web.
Yep. Yep.
And so we have to master it and we have to learn it. But the reason why I brought that up is because in our church,
Hey,
that
Nanette, before you ask that question, I'm thinking, like, just hold the question
uh,
because we got two pastors. I gotta shout out my Houston pastor.
Houston. Oh my God.
Oh,
Pastor
Gotta
wow.
shout out
Keon. What? Oh
you,
my
the
God.
man himself who
Oh,
just led the Cry Out experience. None
yes.
other than Keon Henderson. So I've been getting fed in two places. I'm
Check
honored to
these
have two
names out.
pastors, and I felt like I gotta share, give some love. So go ahead, my
And
sister,
we
ask
have
that
to,
powerful question.
we have to introduce these men to Dr. Troy Hawk because I
Absolutely,
believe and I know for a
thousands of
fact that your
between the two,
presence
hundreds of
will
thousands.
be needed in these churches
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
when I tell you they're huge on social media, they are huge on
Wow.
social media. Our social media rooms are huge.
Wow.
The media is huge, because these young men and they only in their 30s,
Mhm.
40s,
they
yeah.
only in their 30s and 40s.
Wow.
And so, they are packing out arenas.
Wow. Wow.
And
Awesome.
not only, are they pastors, but they are some serious entrepreneurs and
That
authors and
part right
coaches
there.
now.
That part right
So
there.
Wow.
pastor,
Architect.
both of them are real heavy now with coaching. And what their coaching is, they are helping entrepreneurs to take your business, seven-figure businesses, whether you're a coach, whether you're in photography, whatever you're in. I mean, people are signing up and they're going, they're turning their businesses into seven-figure businesses.
Wow.
We just came from a
Awesome.
conference, Thrive conference, which was packed in Atlanta, and it was for business owners
Wow.
all business owners,
Oh, keep me
and
updated.
yes, and all about social media. So you're
Mhm.
needed. Trust me, you're needed. You're needed. You're needed. So
Yeah.
us being on this live today is, I believe, nothing happens by accident.
Right.
Um, I believe that, again, when you connect to the right people, you
Mm-hmm.
know, it's
That's what it
powerful.
takes.
Yes, it's powerful. And this right here, this is like, wow, this changes everything. This
Yeah.
changes
Yeah.
this changes everything,
And Renee, can I
and
ask one
go ahead.
additional question before we close out with
Yes.
Dr. Hawk? Where do you see the future of cyber? Because in just the whole tech industry. So what's the whisper? Am I going to be
Well,
replaced by a robot?
well,
Jobs.
some things will, but I was talking about this before, where um, when new technology is created, just like anything, when it's created, that also creates other industries around it. So we'll always have a cycle of technology, maybe making something easier, and but what it produces outside of it is what keeps things going. Think about, let's say, for example, Facebook. How many businesses has been created around Facebook? And
Hmm.
right now with AI, there's many businesses that are have been created around AI. Cybersecurity. Now, cybersecurity is going to be one of those things that continue, as far as the profession is concerned, it's going to continue to grow, because the more sophisticated the technology gets, the more the criminals are going to try to go after money, or whatever it is they're going after. You have uh, not only just money, you have countries like China and North Korea, and those countries, they're just trying to send different cyber attacks just so they can hurt the economy. Because again, China wants to become number one, and whatever they can do to speed that up, they're going to keep trying. If they have
Mhm.
to attack a bank, keep the bank locked down for weeks,
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever it is, they're going to try to do it. And um, and that's another reason why the government is now uh, putting a priority not only on cybersecurity, but uh, computer science and engineering as well, to keep us ahead of those type of situations where, whether it be another country trying to attack something here to hurt the economy, or whether it be um, you know a cyber criminal trying to hold hostage data that a company needs to operate their business, basically. And if they, they would do things like, if you don't give me $10 million, then
Mm-hmm.
I will, you know delete all of your data. And
Wow.
so if
Now, now
Mhm.
what type of companies hire you? Like for cybersecurity, like is it like a lot of
Well,
banks? Like do you guys work like close with like the police? Yeah, the
um,
FBI, the
the police and the FBI are working at a different level of cybersecurity. That they're not necessarily doing cybersecurity in a sense that uh, they're looking to stop attacks or something. They may do outreach and give you information on how to make sure that you keep your business in line, and less susceptible for cyber attacks. But and they are, you know the federal government, they make up different rules and things that the process that you should follow after a cyber attack or before a cyber attack. But the people that actually do the work are in companies, or consulting firms, or um, you know uh, entrepreneurs, basically. So that's where the work is done. This is done actually, in the company. So let's say, for example, Google would need cybersecurity people, because you have people trying to attack companies like that all the time.
wow.
They need their own. Um, they need their own in-house. There's Microsoft, all of those big companies, all the way to the middle companies. They all
Like
need
like
cybersecurity.
Facebook and YouTube and all of
Mhm.
those use
Right,
cyber. Okay.
right, right.
Okay.
And um, they need people to be what they call penetration testers. A
Mhm.
penetration tester is someone who goes and looks throughout their whole system to see if there's any vulnerabilities that they can get into, something. Once they find vulnerabilities, they go and patch it up, however, they need to do it before a cyber criminal gets in and sees it. So, you have those penetration testers. They do that job every day, because, you know,
Wow.
applications are, when you get updates on your applications, updates
Mhm.
are happening every day for different things.
Mhm.
So they constantly, tomorrow, today they find something, tomorrow, next day they'll be back in doing that job again, looking in different places, or looking at the new update to see if there's any vulnerabilities in those programs. And um, so penetration testers are kind of at the defensive part where they're trying to find something. Well, offensive. They're trying to find something before it happens, and they kind that sometimes they're called hackers. Uh, that's the same thing. A hacker, if it's whether it's a criminal hacker or the hacker, which is really a penetration tester. Um,
Wow. Wow.
they
This
What
test,
about, hey, I'm wondering, what about us? How do we protect ourselves? How do
right.
we, like, I'm thinking, Lynette, like,
Mhm.
gosh, what about all the time? This
Eh,
phone right here, I put so much of my personal business in here. What's
Yeah.
what's my protection as a consumer? Because I'm like, big companies can get to protect, have some breaches. What about poor little old JD in the net?
Well, one of the things that you want to do is make sure that you stay up with the latest updates, because once they make an
Yes.
update, they
Yeah.
don't go back and patch any
Your
vulnerabilities
updates, folks.
in the lower volumes. So that's probably, from the point of everyday people and everyday things that they use, you want to have those updates, uh, and then other things is some things are common sense, but then some things are not. If you get a email that says, your bank account now has $10 million in it, that
I don't have $10 million. Darn.
says, then and it says click here, click this link to check your balance. Something is off there, because
People are
or
falling for that. The scary
mhm,
thing, a very close
mhm,
person to me and other people I know, that has happened, those phishing traps
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
spending money to pay. Like, I'm not
mhm,
talking at the corporate level spending money, but these
mhm,
companies, I got a phone call from somebody. That started as a text that said
mhm,
to me that my credit card was being used in Mexico somewhere, and they were
mhm.
calling from, let's just say, for lack of better words, the police department for me to verify some account information, and I needed to share all of my social security. And some people are unfortunately falling
Yeah.
prey. How do we get the message
Especially
out to
and
save people?
Well,
especially
it's
our
it's
seniors.
yeah,
Good,
yeah.
good call out. Good
It
call out there, Lynette.
Hmm.
it involved consistently, uh, making people aware of the type of things and what they look like. So, some companies now, they would have me create, uh, something for their employees for like a test. Which one is real and which one is not, and so so that way they can learn more about what to look for in emails or what have you, to not click those wrong links or what have you. So and that happens on a cycle. So it's not just one time and it's done, because people forget. And so it's a continuous outreach on cyber security, and we don't get it enough. I don't think, we don't get enough uh, of that happening, that education happening, and that's why a lot of people continue to fall, for some of those things. And
Hmm.
um, but that's what it is. It's just a matter, and companies, they sometimes they do monthly things to to make people aware and continuously educating them on different things. This is the real one. This is the fake one. Why? And so on. So I get called to companies to do that kind of stuff all the time, and um, because if they click the wrong thing, and
Oh,
cyber
wow.
criminal has access to whatever it is that they're trying to get to, that can put business down for a while. And we hear this every day on the news. If you listen to the business news,
So
you
so
hear.
so when we hear um I think a few weeks ago or something like that, I think I heard like CVS, the
Mhm.
pharmacies were saying um that I think some customers were compromised.
Mhm.
Um if you came in on this week or something like that, they're giving like some refunds and things like that because their system was compromised. Your
Mhm.
medication might have been compromised and things like that. So
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
this so now it's like we're understanding from this live now. I'm
Hmm.
understanding the language and the importance of cybersecurity
Right,
and
right.
IT.
Because it, speaking of CVS, for example, imagine China hit CVS and they changed the medicines that the customers are supposed to
Oh,
supposed to be
wow.
taking, and now the pharmacist is packaging the wrong medicine,
Oh,
but
wow.
based on what they see in their computer now. uh,
Oh,
imagine that's the kind of thing that cybersecurity people has to protect us against.
wow, wow,
It's
wow.
not just click this link. It could be change the medicine, or it could they hit a hospital. It could be changing,
Wow.
the treatment for the patient in the hospital,
So,
and
guys, do you see why we need to become cybersecurity and why we need to
Prevention.
flood IT? Because we don't want nobody messing with our medicine. And we definitely don't want you messing around there on Wall Street. Because
right.
I'm pretty sure Wall Street, you know, I think that's what they really want. Because if you shut down
Mhm.
Wall Street
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
And
where
that's
wellness
happened a
come in
couple of
at,
times.
where wellness come in at, guys, you hit Wall Street and folks want to commit suicide.
Yeah.
I mean, because people are tied to their money. And
Hmm.
so, listen, in wellness, we always say it's like a good peanut butter sandwich. You cannot have one without the other. Some say, well, Coach Lynette, what does finance have to do with my wellness? Honey, when you ain't got no money,
Hmm.
it messed with your mental.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Okay.
true.
If you ain't
definitely.
happy in relational, emotional, spiritual, financial, and all of those leads, you got
Hmm.
a problem.
Exactly.
Yeah, and think about that, Lynette. If to Dr. Troy point, if I'm a business owner, and my business has been compromised, I can't afford to keep my doors open. I'm not one
Yes.
of those big giant
Hmm.
companies,
Wow.
and
Hmm.
it could put my mind and my own my black business out of business
Right, right.
if
Yes.
we don't
But
have
but it
the
could put
industry.
any business out of business, though, even the
Yeah,
big companies, because if they can't get access to whatever it is that they need, and it's taking days and months, and
To
they
get
could
that
lose
back up and
stock
running.
value. Yeah, it could be things such as stock value loss, or
yes.
and
So
Wow.
that's not even talking about when we talk about this. So I can't even imagine the millions of dollars that these entities pay for you to keep everything smooth. So that means, when you are a big, big deal, you got to pay
Hmm.
a lot of money.
Right.
We got to pay Dr. Troy a lot of money to keep us floating and up and running. We got to
Right.
pay Lynette and Jay Dean a
That's
lot
right.
of
That's
money.
right.
I'm seriously thinking about this because
Hmm.
I'm scratching my head and I'm saying, this is something to look into.
Hmm.
If we could clone ourselves, that JD, the other JD,
I was
we would
just
be
sitting here
absolutely
and I
kicking the
just thought
world stage
about,
in cybersecurity.
you know,
Yeah,
you,
I say
we,
that too. I wish there was two of me.
I
if
know
we
that's
can get,
right.
if we can get a bunch of women together and say, hey, we're going to have a sip and code event.
Hmm.
Come and sip on. No, we maybe have to Weldon juice because you get too much wine and there'll be cold in the wrong thing.
We'll need
But
that part
I'm
happening.
talking, they always have a paint and see and all of this, a pop up. We need to maybe start having us some pop up code
Yeah,
shops
that
and,
hey, that
make it
that
fun
right.
while people are learning and understanding the importance of this.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, it's been a great,
Yeah.
great, great conversation today,
I
Lynette.
just want
Great
to thank you,
conversation.
Dr. Troy, for
Sure.
coming
Thank you
on.
for
This
inviting
is
me.
not our last conversation.
Hey,
We
I'm
want to
open.
have you
This
to
is
come back because
mhm.
I think that there's not enough time in the day
Right.
to really unpack this. And
Hmm.
we would love to have you back on the show because we just brushed up on something.
Right.
But I want us to come back and I want us to
Hey,
talk
that.
about what
Hmm.
if one day you wake up and your bank been attacked? How that's going to affect us?
Hmm.
If your medicine or the hospitals, things that we depend on and take for granted every day,
Hmm.
we don't understand that it's people like you that is on the front line, just like military. We walk around every day, we get up every day, we come and
Hmm.
go, we do as we
Right.
please. But we really don't understand as a society that it's because of the military up all night,
Hmm. That.
monitoring our skyways and our waterways,
Right.
keeping pirates and people from attacking us. And so the same as in your industry and in your profession, that we get to walk around every day, but we really don't know what we're being protected,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
and so, and
People don't know.
especially with, we not even going to talk about this election that we about to go into for the next couple of months, because I believe it's going to get real crazy. And
Hmm.
I believe that you're going to be in demand even more with
Yeah.
things just based around this presidential campaign
Right.
stuff that we about to get into, because we're headed for some serious attacks
Hmm.
in the years I believe to come. And so we're not talking about this, we're not having this conversation for nothing.
Right.
And
Wow.
so, for everybody that's listening, you know, I hope that you have all the links that you need. And as we finish this live and post everything throughout social media, we're going to make sure that those links are above all of these posts. And that's not even talking about the phone calls that we've been taking, that people are signing up for this program. Jay Dean and I, we're going to continue to talk about it. We want to thank you. We want to thank your staff. We want to thank your amazing assistant. You have been
Yes. Yes.
so incredible on these
Yes.
lives. We want to thank you, sister. And again, thank you so much for joining us. And we're going to have you back on again.
I
And there
look
was
forward to it.
one more question that somebody asked again. If you can just briefly, Troy, say when the deadline is for this grant, and someone asked a suggested time. If you could just reiterate that again, and we're going to close out on that right there.
Well, anything started has to be completed by November 30th. So no, normally, we say that it takes about 6 months for one certification. But again, if someone is steadily working, or if they have a background that helps them understand things better, they can move, you know, much quicker than 6 months. Or if someone has the time to study, all day and get back to it the next day all day and so on, to move
Mm-hmm.
through fast on it, uh, then, it can be, much quicker than the 6 months. But as far as starting, you need to get started right now, because there's not going to be enough time to complete a certification if it takes you that full month, 5 or 6 months. So uh,
Mm-hmm.
there's about 8 courses, like I was saying, in each one of the certification programs. So um, you know each one of those courses is going to take 3 weeks if you're going at the pace that is suggested. But if you go faster than that pace, of course you get done faster. And
Okay. Mm-hmm.
but as far as getting started, now is the time.
Now, Lynette,
Now, now,
now,
now, now.
now.
Now,
Get
I had a
started now.
question. I had a question earlier. My husband was on the phone, and that question was, what if an individual take the class and the time run out? They wanted to know, would they be, let's say, would the, I guess, would it, what's the word I want to use, will they be compensated,
Well,
or would the points or all go toward what they already went through and took, or whatever, or would they just lose everything completely?
that is possible that they might lose everything completely, because as of right now, with those particular certifications, Google says that they want this year's to be finished by uh, November.
Okay.
At least for my scholarships.
Okay. Okay.
So, and then of course, again, maybe sometime in late January, things will start back up. But
Okay.
since we're at the second tail of the year,
Right.
there's not a lot of time left.
There's not a lot of time, right?
Right.
Now, is there a
So,
possibility that maybe if they see that, quite a bit of people are signing up, is it
mhm.
a possibility that they may have grace and maybe extend,
It's
or
possible. I might
okay,
be able to talk them into that. Depending on when they signed up. But if they signed up 3 months ago and they still not done the first course, Google is going to say, take that person out. You know.
okay, okay, got
Finish
you.
Mhm.
strong. Finish strong.
Finish
Right, right,
strong.
and
Finish
and that's what
strong.
I do. I give that encouragement to keep moving, because you know that it's they keep moving.
Just keep
They'll,
moving.
yeah.
And you have the support. So, guys, if you
Hmm.
sign up, don't think that because it's online that you are alone. You're not
Hmm.
alone. You have all of the links here that Dr. Troy Hawk, Assistant Roma 2, have, let's say, put up there. You have a Facebook There's a Facebook page where Dr. Troy is teaching. So guys, you can join in on his teaching classes, and you can get some information, you can get some inspiration and
Right.
empowerment, and you have a team that will hold your hand. So I pray that you guys take advantage of this
Absolutely. Act now.
100% funded, let's say, grant, because I'm pretty sure, probably from hearing few of you, you were about to pay for this class.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
take advantage today, guys. Listen, like he said, if you get in there and you get with it now, I believe and I know you can finish
Absolutely.
before the end of November. And how do I know? And why am I so sure? Because I just took a year class and I accelerated the class in 6 months. So I took a
Awesome.
year class, but I finished in 6 months. So
Hmm.
you can do it. You
Yeah.
can do
Yeah.
it.
It's very possible. Very
Yes,
possible.
you can
And
do
Yes,
it.
we
I'm
can. Yes,
like you
we
too.
can.
Even though I have a PhD, I'm still doing
Still
certifications and
taking
classes,
certifications.
and,
Yes,
Bachelor.
and
yes. So you can
yeah,
do it. But I just want to thank you
Thank
just
you, Dr.
for
Troy.
you're
joining
welcome.
us.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your beautiful heart. And guys, this has been my brother since I was a little old somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Him and my brother, he
Hmm.
still have that amazing, incredible smile. He has always been the same guy since I was a little girl. Was always sharp and fly, him and my brother.
Yeah.
I always said they were the bougies, you know. So, I'm just so happy to see you on here. And Troy, you can't see the backside of it, but my parents were on here,
Okay.
and my
That's
mother was saying, "Oh my God, there go my other son." Wow, Mom said, she is so, dad said, they're so proud of you. They're so
Thank you. Thank you.
godly
Thank
proud
you.
of you. We are all proud of you. I said to my brother, I never knew that Troy was in mathematics and all of that. My brother said, Are you kidding? I said, That was, you knew that. I said, We didn't know that, but I always knew he was just a cool dude. That's all I ever knew, you know?
Well, hey,
But
me and Don, when we were in high school, we used to run business way back then. Don was good with the artistic stuff. So,
yes,
you know, I he would do all of the artistic stuff, and I would do the crafting. Back then, in those days, they had those what they people used to wear those big nameplates
yes,
and
yes,
stuff.
yes,
So
yes.
we used to make those.
Oh my God.
We used to
Listen,
Creative,
make them and
listen.
sell them.
creative.
Oh my God. We going back to the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. Oh my God.
The
Oh
young
wow.
entrepreneurs starting out, it sounds
Yes,
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
yes,
Yeah. Oh,
yes.
wow. Amazing conversation. Amazing conversation. Hard to end it, right?
It is
Right.
hard to end it, but we thank you guys for joining us on Let's Talk Her Wellness. Tune in with us every Tuesday from 7 to 8. And listen, guys, we are bringing some amazing, dynamic speakers, in this wellness industry. And like we said, we don't leave no topic on the table. We're in this world, we're dealing with so many different things. So you know what, let's talk about it, and let's talk about it with amazing people that's powerful, in their industry. So guys, until the next time, We will see you
Be
all
well.
again. So take care,
Thank you again,
guys.
Dr.
Have an
Joy. Bye
amazing
bye.
day. Yes,
Have an amazing
goodbye.
day.
Bye bye.
All right.